It's Coach B Wiley. I'm going live here on TikTok, but if you're seeing this on YouTube, how are you doing? So I wanted to come on here on a Saturday night and talk to you guys, ladies, about how to date with substance. And you want to have balance. The key word is balance. When you're dating, because that's what I deal with. When you're dating, you want to, of course, be able to have fun. You want to choose a guy who isn't a stick in the mud, a guy who doesn't take himself so serious to where you can't laugh, you can't joke, you can't play, because no one wants to be buttoned up all the time when they're dating. Sure, you want him to have a side of him that is very much so serious, that's focused, that's direct, that's open, that's emotionally invested, available, that works, that is a responsible adult. Of course you want that. And when you're getting this balance in the beginning stages, you'll usually notice if this is the guy for you when you can literally be yourself with him. You can literally show him who you are, your fun side, your silly side, your goofy side, because you don't care. Why? Because you know your worth. Why? Because you're confident. Why? Because you have self-esteem. And so you're not going to try to hide that. So you'll know that's a good sign. And then number two, you'll also be able to then sit down with him and have a conversation about life, about your goals, about your journeys, about growing pains at your job, about not reaching goals, about when you're sad, mad, upset, or what have you, all things in between. A lot of people go into dating situations and they want to avoid the hard conversations. They want to sweep certain red flags under the rug. But I'm here to tell you, if you don't have the upfront conversations, the tough conversations up front, they don't go away. They actually get bigger and bigger. And so when you're going into a situation and then you know for sure that you want to date with the intention to be in a long-term relationship and or with the intention to just have a life partner, whatever you want to call it, whatever title you want to give it, you want to definitely go into that first date with the game plan. No, you're not. That person is not on trial. You're not interrogating that person. Of course not, because you don't want to be interrogated. However, you do want to get some questions out of the way. And one of the questions is that I've already said before, but if you have not seen my other videos, I want you to know that you should definitely ask them what kind of communicator they are. Communication is the number one thing. I know it's like a broken record if you're watching me here on either one of my channels. I bring up communication. That's why I specialize in it, literally, because communication is my life. And it's like so many humans don't know how to communicate. I watch Couples Court. I've been watching Couples Court lately with the Cutlers. And so many people on there be having questions that don't have answers. Like real questions. Like, why did you go to the store on a Friday and the store is 5 minutes away, but you didn't come back till Saturday morning at 11 a.m., but you left Friday at 6:15 p.m. Like questions that need answers. However, because they're uncomfortable with how that person is going to react if they ask that kind of question, they then hide from it or try to go through that person's phone or try to set them up or try to catfish them. For the ladies who are watching this, who find themselves going through a dude's phone or lurking on his page or setting up dummy accounts on social media, you need to check yourself, because I am a firm believer. And what is this saying? I heard this saying a long time ago, like, let him do what he wants to do and then you'll see what he wants to do. It goes something like that. That's not verbatim. It's pretty much saying, give that man space, let him do him. And then if that includes you in that equation, then he wants you in his life. If it does not, then he's not interested in you enough to keep you as a priority. And if other women, all women, us all, if we would prioritize ourselves first before we start dating and adding a dude to the equation, we wouldn't stick around for that BS. We wouldn't stick around long enough for dudes to be inconsistent. I remember it's been a while ago when I was dating. It was a guy who I had met. He had came up to me. He literally went out of his way. I was out with one of my gal pals. We were on a sunroof. It was really nice outside, living our best lives. He literally went out of his way to get my attention, to talk to me, to find out if I was single. And then we exchanged numbers. And that was like a Thursday. And then I'm all about, y'all know me, I'm all about the dude who gets your number, and you should too. He should follow up with you with a text and or phone call within the next 24 hours. Period, point blank. he should follow up with you. So I met this dude on a Thursday, and Thursday night, like the sun was going down. And he was like, text me so I'll know it's you. I text him, hey, it's me. He responded to that text. Friday came, nothing. So I said, oh, I'm about to delete you. Because, look, baby girl is not about to sign up to waste her time. So I said, let me just see. And I said, I'm giving him to a brunch on Saturday to reach out to me. And guess what he did? He reached right on out to me on brunch. However, the conversation, I've been doing this for so long with the coaching, and I did my first video with life coaching in 2014. However, I didn't become a professional life coach until 2020. And I was literally pushed into it. Like I was just going to do it for fun on the side. I had no intentions of making this my life. But to be clear, I've literally been talking and doing videos just like this since 2014. And I published my first book in 2018. Hello, my name is Single. And so outside of that, so it's just like, I'm picking up on it. And so when he did reach out, the conversation was so flat. And I was asking direct questions. And one of the questions I recommend you ask when you're first dating a dude is, what kind of communicator are you when it comes to how you communicate? Meaning, do you prefer to text or do you prefer to talk? You want to get on that phone as much as you can. Of course, jobs, kids, sports, activities, hobbies, life. Got it. Every day, you should be on that phone talking. Your head should be talking like a talking head every single day. Now, when you're at these activities, of course, ain't nobody about to get fired from their job or lose their career because you want to see what I'm eating for lunch. That's silly. So with him, it fell flat. And it was just in my spirit. It's something about energy in me and picking up on it quick. And it's just like, it's a blessing. And so I was just like, I don't think this is going anywhere. But I didn't say that to him. I'm still, trying to carry on the conversation. And so anyway, so then when I asked him if he had talked or a text, or he was just like, he gave me the most vague answer. I can't even remember what he said. I think he said it doesn't matter or something like that or whatever. He said something like it doesn't matter. And I've already told you, ladies, if you ask a direct question, you need to get a direct answer. I would have preferred his answer be, well, you know what? Since I work at nights, I can't talk at night after a certain hour. However, during the day, in the morning, lunchtime, when I'm not asleep, I can talk. He didn't do that. And it's not my job because I knew in my spirit this ain't going nowhere. So I was just like, I ain't about to press him for no answer. And so then we literally talked. I met him on that Thursday. I had already deleted his number by that following Monday. And he was out of there. And I ain't talked to him since. And this has been a while ago. Ain't thought about him. But the point is, you have to be able to move like that. You have to have so much practice with dating and knowing who you are. And when I say by practice, that means say yes to go out on a date if a guy asks you. And if you look at him, you'll be just like, B. Wiley, this really ain't my type. This ain't my type of dude. Then you might be missing out on a blessing. And if it isn't your blessing, it's just practice because there's always a lesson in whoever you date. So don't just be out here looking for something to show up the way you think it's going to show up because it could look like something else. I ain't saying go out and date dudes that you're not attracted to. Absolutely not. Why would you do that? I'm saying be open. I'm always going to say be open. I'm always going to say I am an equal opportunist, meaning I like men and men like me. So you should consider liking men too. Don't just stick within a certain box. However, go with your gut. Always do that. It was something else I was going to say back to the dating balance. Now, when it comes back to balance and you're on these first dates, you want to give it a balance of fun questions, and then you want to lean over into other questions. Like, of course, you want to know about his family. You definitely want to know if he has children. You want to know if he's single. You want to know how long he's been single. You want to know what his intentions are with dating these days. If you just get those questions out of the way, and a lot of women, I was watching Ready to Love, where the 3 or 4 girls are in the house in New Orleans, and they're actually in control. And the guys are like dating them, and then they get to choose if they want the dude or not. And I like that show, but I don't like how a couple of girls are going about it, because sometimes Ashley is one of them and Vernisha is the other one. And it's like Vernisha specifically says that she's used to meeting a guy and putting all her eggs in one basket. A lot of women do that. I've done that before. It's been a long time, but I've done that before, where you put all your eggs in one basket on this one dude. Meanwhile, he's dating whoever he wants to date because he should be, and you should too. But whatever. She has had a hard time with that. So now she's met this one guy. I can't think of his name. It starts with a J. Doesn't matter. But in my opinion, I think he's a great catch. I think he's down for her. I think he would be a good dude for her. However, what she's doing is she's effing up. She's gone from putting all her eggs in one basket, getting screwed over, to now telling this dude who's saying, I don't want to date nobody but you. And she literally telling him to date other women. Like, I'm not about to lock you in. I don't even know if you're going to be here tomorrow type of ish. And when I saw that, I was just like, girl, when you watch this back, you're going to cringe. I hope she cringes, because even if you are dating other dudes, there's no reason for you to be on a date with a dude. Let's say you've been dating like a month. Y'all ain't together. Y'all ain't exclusive. But y'all just dating, getting to know each other. There is no reason for you to tell him, hey, I'm over here dating Willie, John, Bob, Gregory. So you need to go over there and date some other chicks too. There's no reason for that. There should be no discussion about, if you're not exclusive, about dating all these other people, because it should be something that's just not even said. If you're not together, why wouldn't they be dating someone else? And then with Ashley, I really like Ashley. However, Ashley chose the wrong dude, the bald head guy. He was full of it. How I know he was full of it, I could just feel it. However, he confirmed it when she said that he hadn't reached out to her in 2 days, and he tried to bring his phone and say he did reach out to her, but it didn't go through her phone. I'm like, girl, this is BS. And then he was like, well, I'm going to do better, after she started crying. And I'm like, this dude is full of it. Luckily, she got rid of him. And the thing is, she's actually self-aware, and she's like, which Bernicia is too, but she's just like, you know what, I can't keep going down this same path and getting those same results. So she's actually working on herself, but her too, because she's used to putting her eggs actually in the wrong basket in these inconsistent dudes. Now she's using her power as a weapon. And now it's almost like in the position, if you've been in this position where you're used to getting the short end of the stick, and now you're like, I got the power and these dudes want me and rah, rah, rah. You could actually turn that power into poison, and you could actually run a good dude off. So I want you to find that balance. You want to have balance in the questions that you're asking. You want to have balance with coming from dealing, healing, and surrendering from that previous relationship and or dating situation. And then once you come into a new situation, you don't want to put all your eggs in that basket. However, you don't want to make that man feel like you just out here with all these dudes and he can get out or lay down. Either way, you okay, you all good, deuces. Because in my opinion, that's rude. You just want to be appropriate. You want to have standards, of course. You want to have boundaries, and you want to date like you got some sense. That's what balance. Another thing with balance is having a good time, having fun, and being yourself, and not always locking in on all these questions to find out his blood type, and to find out how many people he done been with, and to find out what he did the last time he was in a bedroom with this young lady. Absolutely not. So you'll know you got balance when you know who you are. You'll know who you are when you take a pause for the cause, when you've dealt, healed, surrendered from those previous dating situations, and when you set daily goals, and when you do your 3 S's, work on your self-care, self-development, self-reliance. I'm running it down, guys. I talk about all this stuff in detail, not only here, but really on my YouTube page, Coach B. Wiley, link in my bio. I was just giving y'all a quick little chit chat before I got to pick up my son for work in a few minutes. So outside of that, guys, if you made it this far and you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, or subscribe, or follow, or like. I am on Instagram, but my Instagram page, everything is Coach B. Wiley. However, I'm changing my Instagram channel, just my Instagram channel. I'm changing my Instagram page from coaching and dating and communication to just me. It's just going to be my personal page. You'll see what I'm eating, because I hired this nutrition coach a month or so ago, and I'm going into week 6 of working out 6 days a week and changing my diet. I'm at the very beginning stages of changing my diet. So if you want to see how I'm going to lose all this excess weight that I packed on since 2020, then you want to go to my Instagram. It's not going to be anything like this. I'm not even going to mention dating and communicating at all. I'm literally going to do what I like to call B. Wiley behind the scenes, which I do have that on my actual YouTube channel. But specifically for Instagram at Coach B. Wiley, it's not going to be this. It's going to be literally what I'm doing, what I'm eating, what I got going on in my personal life. And that'll give you some B. Wiley behind the scenes and see what I do in my personal life versus me just coming over here and bust you over your head with insight and tips on dating and communicating. So outside of that, I think that's it. I talked to y'all for about 15 minutes. I'm looking at my clock over here. I talked to y'all for about 15 minutes, and I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Oh, if you wanted to book me feel free. The link is in my bio here on TikTok, and it's down below on YouTube. MyMentor.life, Coach B. Wiley. We can talk for 60 minutes. You can spill the beans. I'm going to help you. And then you're going to come back some more times, and I'm going to get you through your mess. And then you're going to be blessed with your boo. See how easy that is? All right. Talk to you later.